When you see somebody asthma attack, hey, here, I'll give you carrot juice. I just make salve. No, 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 no. You need to call 911 when you see somebody in emergency. Okay? But in the meantime, when you can help, before the help comes, what do you have? Utilize it to help the patient, the person. Okay, so keep in mind, it say the restorative power is in nature. Okay. What is the nature? Sunshine, air, plants, right? Okay. So back to the text, to the Matthew 5:45, he gave us sun, water to the just and to the unjust. Why there's no air in there? Why the Bible didn't mention he gave air? Any thought? Because in the creation, God already gave us the breath of life to the nostrils, right? Okay. So the power in nature, the power is in the plants. How does it work? So water, is there any light to this, Roy? No, to point to the. Sorry. Oh, okay, there you go. Oh. Oh, it doesn't show on the. Oh, okay. I see. Okay. Thank you, Roy. Okay. Thank you. All right. So, the water and the sunshine, he gave to everybody, right? And what is this? The carbon dioxide, where do it come from? Where does it come from? From us, that is a waste from us. See how beautiful it is? Even our waste, God put it together through the plant, glucose, bread that we make a sandwich, bread of life, and the oxygen, breath of life. So the living water, by God's grace, in the plant, he made it bread of life, breath of life. There is the power. So photosynthesis, it is in the plant, not in the animal, not in the fish, not in the birds. It's in the plant. And there is the power that the plant, which is chlorophyll. Why I put this green? Because the chlorophyll, the green color, is in the plant. There is the things that restore, that hold the power that God put in it. Ah. Okay. Do you still remember this? They taught us in junior high, right? Photosynthesis. Isn't that amazing? Our waste, even the thing that unworthy from us, God turned it into life. So glucose here, it doesn't mean it's just like glucose, the sugar, but it is in a form of carbohydrate. Okay. The clicker, yeah, if you can help. Okay. So this is the picture of chlorophyll from the plant. And this is the picture of red blood cell of human. That's normal red blood cell. Did you see side by side? You see they're kind of the same. So this one is chlorophyll, the one that holds the power plant. They call it chloroplast. It is in the chlorophyll. So, okay. Did you see how they are similar? So the chloroplast is the blood of the plant. Okay, the blood of the plant. See, they look alike, huh? If you can make it smaller, reduce the size. Oh, okay. So, maybe I did it myself, sorry. So actually, the structure of the red blood cell, no, that's okay. Okay. So the red blood cell and the chloroplast, their structure is pretty much the same. Surrounded by the purpurine ring, the middle of the red blood cell is iron, Fa, ferrous. And the middle of the chloroplast is magnesium. Okay, but the structure is very, very similar, very close to each other. If you go to your doctor, they prescribe you magnesium for constipation, for hypertension. There's so many things. The most supplement prescribed is magnesium. What do you think it is? Because the power is in the plant. There are numerous reactions in our body, the chemical reaction. Magnesium is the cofactor. It means with this magnesium, it helps the chemistry, the reaction happen. Without it, it doesn't happen. Okay? So how important it is, the magnesium. Now we know why magnesium, because it is the power in the plant. Okay. Take your note. We're going to learn chemistry. No, I'm kidding. I just want to remind you, when you learn either high school cellular respiration, there are 3 steps, main steps, right? Glycolysis, Krebs cycle, and electron transport. I'm not going to talk about all this process, but I just want to point to the last step of cellular respiration. What is the cellular respiration? So when you just eat, right, in order for your food to make it into energy, your body have to go through this process. They call it metabolism, or they call it cell respiration. Your body has to make it into energy, okay? So you eat vegetables, you eat bread, you eat potatoes, you eat all the healthy food. So how does it work to make it become energy? They call it cellular respiration. And this is the step: glycolysis, citric acid cycle, and electron transport. I just want to highlight this final step, electron transport change. That is the last step in this cellular respiration step. Okay, so this is electron transport. Again, I'm not talking biochemistry here, but I just want to bring your attention to this cytochrome. There is a part of in this entire reaction, how this last step produce so much energy. They call it ATP, adenine triphosphate. I want you to pay attention. They call this cytochrome. Cytochrome that recognize the color. Chrome is color. Why this cytochrome? Why they call it chrome, color? What do you think the color that is coming from? From the food that you eat, right? So the more color you eat here, the more power they will produce. Cytochrome, okay? So if you eat just majority food that already highly processed, they keep in mind cytochrome in electron transport change. So how important it is to have the color in our food. Where do you get the color? Fruit and vegetables. It is not food coloring, the green, yellow, red, that is not the color that this cytochrome recognizes, but the color from our food, that is the power. Back to, again, the Ministry of Healing, the restorative power is in the nature. That is the most important. I want you to understand that nature, it is not just taking herbs. When you understand something more fun, right, and you're more willing to eat your vegetables or fruit now, because this is the reason. You don't supply it, you don't supply the color into your body. The cell that working with the color doesn't have anything to produce. Like the color that you eat, the rainbow color, is the raw material to produce a good thing by cytochrome. Enough biochemistry, okay? We take a quiz now. All right, so let's see color number 1. Cayenne pepper. Who likes cayenne pepper? I think everybody has cayenne pepper in their home, right? I start with your kitchen. What is the constituent in? So constituents means what the plant contain, okay? So I know it is kind of fancy language. I even opened dictionary before, to understand what is this, capsaicin, cateronoids, saponines, and all this stuff. So we don't have to really pay attention to the fancy language here. But this is the thing that I just want to say the hardest subject when in my medical school, beside neuroscience, it's herbal medicine. Because it is really confusing and really hard to memorize. Almost every plant have the same constituent. Almost every plant have the same action. So it is super hard to memorize which one to this disease, which one to this disease. If I can give up, I give up, but I have to pass, so we have to memorize it. And as I remember, nobody got 100% because it is so hard, and we thought the same plans, the same constitution, so how do you choose it? So anyway, the action, powerful circulatory and digestive stimulant. So what do you do with this plant? So if you see somebody have a stroke, heart attack, what do you want to do? Before, of course, you have to call 911. Emergency, you don't just, I have herbs. If you need it, call 911, you call 911. Okay, but before they arrive, you can do something to help. If you have cayenne pepper, you give it, you put in a little of water and drink it. Don't give it just powder, or maybe they get choked. It can worsen the situation. So give a little water and put it in the mouth. It open up. They call it capsaicin. It is very, very hot, warming up and open the dilate the blood vessel. Okay, so there are so many indication of this pepper: stroke, atherosclerosis, respiratory infection, and you can use it in, like, if you make salve for neuropathic. You know how diabetes people, the nerve in the feet and the hand, the numbing, you can rub it with cayenne pepper. It helps.
How much is too much?
For therapeutic dose, it is nothing that exactly the amount of the dose of the cayenne pepper. It's how you can tolerate it. For some people, like half tablespoon, it's enough. But for some people, even just a pinch, it is really, really powerful. So how you tolerate it. But I should say number 1,000 milligram. You can put it in the capsule, or you can put it in your dish, like everyday dish. Okay. So contraindication: pregnancy, due to gastrointestinal upset, the baby pushing up, and it can aggravate the heartburn for pregnancy. The leaf of this cayenne pepper, the leaf and the stem, it can stimulate the uterine. So I do not suggest for early pregnancy. You can stimulate the uterine and can miscarriage. Well, you have to take powerful in a big amount, but in a very small amount, it is safe. Okay. All right, garlic. Constituent, they call it allicin. This one is powerful for antimicrobial. When you have UTI, respiratory infection, and all kind of infection, this is a powerful antimicrobial. How do you take garlic? You can eat it from your food. You can make it as a syrup. You can make it, you just rub it. There are so many ways to take garlic. Okay, cousin here, therapeutic dose. Therapeutic dose, it means in a large dose. When you take anticoagulant, like warfarin, aspirin, you be careful to eat in a large dose of this garlic, unless if you don't want to take your thinning blood, like, again, I'm not suggesting stop your medication, but I don't want you to potentiate, so you double it. It can be hemorrhage. You take your warfarin and you take garlic, it double the action. So it is not good. Okay, and consult with your doctor. If you take this, just let your doctor know, I take lots of garlic. What do you think? They will check on your medication.
What's the difference between raw garlic and
Raw and cook or process? The raw garlic, the allicin is very sensitive to heat. So if you heat it up or even you just chop it, the allicin will destroy. So the best way to take garlic, to get the whole thing of it, you chew it. I know. Just think about candy.
What if you swallow it? Is that okay?
You swallow it whole. Be careful choking. I do not recommend it. Well, you have to crush it. For this allicin, all the sulfite here to broken out from the garlic, you have to crush it, and you crush it with your teeth. Okay, next herbs. Oh, turmeric, curcuma longa. Anyway, the reason I put this Latin name, I always do this, curcuma longa, in case you don't know the English name. If you go to Latin name, wherever you go around the world, you're gonna find the same name. Curcuma longa is for turmeric. The same thing with other herbs, okay? All right, so turmeric, the color is gold, just like its color, it's a golden herbs. It is really powerful with anti-inflammatory. So if you feel like aching joint, arthritis, your knee, or anything that really pain, inflammation, turmeric is number one. It is my choice. Anyway, if you ask a herbalist or other doctor, maybe they will give you a different herbal. So don't get confused, okay? Because there are so many overlapping over these herbs. We have to go back again. The power is in the plant. So if you cannot find turmeric, can you find something else? Yes. Because the plants in United States, maybe we don't find it in my country. So do we have anti-inflammatory food in there? Of course. But probably the name of the herbs is different than here. So it is not stick to one like, oh, the anti-inflammatory is turmeric. If you don't have the turmeric, oh, I don't have anything else, let me take the back to my aspirin or something like that. There is always substitute for this, alternative herbs for this one, okay? There are so many of them. I just pick, the easiest one that you can find from your cupboard probably.
Turmeric supplements, are they as therapeutic as the turmeric herb fresh?
It is about preference. But to me, I prefer to have turmeric root. I bought it from Winco. They always have turmeric in there. And I put it in my blender with ginger and I make a juice of it and make a little coconut milk, a little lemon, and a little pinch of salt and drink it. Or put a little tofu. There are so many ways to do turmeric. You can put it in the capsule. You can make it salve. You can make it oil. There are so many ways to use this turmeric. Back in my village, when a lady gave a birth, because we don't have a doctor, we don't have any medical professional, I haven't seen anybody when they give birth always use the turmeric. The way they do it, they put turmeric and ginger and they put Mexican mint and they put coconut milk and they put chicken and they boil it and it is so yummy. And they put the Mexican mint, I don't know what they call it here, but I call it Mexican mint. It's a mint. So we watched this lady eating, hoping as a small kids, hoping they will give us the chicken. And because they don't have enough to share, so they give us the leaf, the mint, tastes bitter. So we took the mint and it's bitter, then we walk away. And she free to eat his, the chicken. But anyway, we have no medical doctor, no professional medical doctor, no medicine. What do you use this? The soup, turmeric soup. For 2 weeks after give birth, and then they back to the field working again. Healthy, strong with this one, okay? So again, contraindication if you are in a warfarin, because the turmeric, it is not only anti-inflammatory, this is antimicrobial, immune support, and also to take turmeric in a large dose, okay? So always consult your doctor if you take in a large dose. But in my experience and in my opinion, if you just, put a little with your disc and it doesn't really much effect, but it's just the benefit of stimulating your immune system. Another one in your cupboard, probably sitting in your refrigerator right now, the ginger. The constituent in there is there's a gingerol. It is known as a powerful antimicrobial, powerful anti-inflammatory, diaphoretic. When you see somebody is freezing cold all the time, give ginger tea. It will work right away, warming you up. Okay, so it is very good for morning sickness, and if you travel, motion sickness, you feel like want to throw up, ginger is the number one to give. Even in the ginger, in the form of ginger candy, it still works good. Okay, so how to take ginger? You can put it in your dish, you can put it as a juice. The way I do ginger and turmeric, I put it together in a blender. I put water and then restrain it. I treat myself. I put a little coconut milk and I put coconut sugar. It is a yummy drink. Next meeting, I promise I'll make it for you. So you try it at home, okay? It is powerful for older people. You know, when you feel aching on your joint, turmeric is the best one, anti-inflammatory. So when we treat one, like inflammation, other ailment will disappear too. Okay, so there is a note here. I made a note because of cholangogue. It means it's moving stone, like gallstone, because it stimulates the production of the bile. So while the stone is in there, it may aggravate. So when you have the history or condition of the gallstone, you better don't take in a large amount of the ginger. Okay. Okay, next, go to your backyard. Arnica montana. So this one, I think Sister Shirley already saw early today. It is really, really good for bruise. If you like running and you fall and you sprain, oh, really hurt, you have arnica. Even just the flour, make it into poultice and put it in your joint. Powerful stuff. Okay, but external use only. You don't make it as a tea, you don't eat it, you don't drink it. It's just for the external use. You can use for salve, make it cream, or make it extract, but only external use. Why? Because it has polysaccharide and other stuff. If you indigest it, it can cause you diarrhea, and we have no enzyme to digest it. Okay? So make a note that arnica only for outside use, external use. And if you don't have arnica, this is one of the alternative. If you find devil's claw in your backyard, you don't have arnica, this one is the powerful one too. Another one, I didn't put it here, is a dogwood, Jamaican dogwood. Powerful, powerful analgesic. Yeah, when you sprain or sprain, yeah, okay. Calendula. Who has calendula in his backyard? Yeah. Very, very good for skin. All kind of skin. Psoriasis, acne, itchy, even poison ivy. So if somebody, poison ivy, swollen, put calendula. If you don't have cream, just crush the flower. Powerful, powerful for skin. Okay, and this is safe for to make it tea. Lots of vitamin A, flavonoids, and immune system boosting. There's so many powerful immunomodulating calendula. Okay, lemon balm. The action here, sedative, antispasmodic, carminative, calming your nerve. Very, very calming. If you know somebody like anxiety, you know what causes anxiety? Sometimes you think something not really happened and you worry about it, you are anxious and your heart start to, fast, palpitation. Even you just crush it, you crush it, smell it, it's really helpful. You can make it as a tea. For skin irritation, it is a really good herbs too. Okay. This one, I don't know if you ever see this. This is tropical fruit. And it grew in my garden so much. We try to destroy it, but it keep coming, it keep growing. And we have no knowledge, we don't know, we just throw it away. But actually, I just purchased about a couple weeks ago. It is super expensive. This one is for anxiety and also for insomnia. That helps you calm down and helps you sleep. This is a passion fruit. Just to look at the flowers, it's already calming. Beautiful, yeah. It is, God is amazing. Look at the texture here. I don't know how the best artists, I don't think they can copy this one. It is amazing. So the fruit here, when it is ripe, it turns to like dark red, almost to, dark purple. It is pretty color. And the inside is golden. Super nutritious. Okay, so for anxiety. I put few herbs here for anxiety because I know there are so many of us worry, care so much thing that we worry. It's not even happening, but we worry something that is coming, So, this one is rhodiola, golden root. I know this is expensive plant, but if you don't have passion flower, you can use rhodiola, anti-stress. This one is nerving too. The very, very calming, very safe herbs. Even the pregnancy, it's safe to take this one. For anxiety, for depression, for insomnia, immunomodulating, adaptogen, to like when your immune system jumping up and down, your cortisol up like that, and this herb is help you calm down. Rhodiola is one of my favorite for anxiety, but I know it is so pricey, so we can use lavender, the very, you can grab it from your neighborhood or on a sidewalk. You see lavender, you just grab it, you can crush it, you can smell it, or you can make it as a tea, you can put it in your bathtub when you take a bath and just soak yourself in it. Very, very calming and very, very nutritive too. lavender. Okay, Scutellaria. This one too, like I say, I put few of the nervine herbs, Scutellaria, also for anxiety and also for pain, for if you see somebody get seizure, you know, before, if you call 911 before they arrive, you can, if you have Scutellaria, give them something to, you can make it as a tea, or you can make it as a tincture, you can make it as an extract. Very, very calming too. Oh, chamomile. Who doesn't like chamomile? This one is very, very helpful for baby when it is have a colic. You know, I remember when I was in the village, my nephew crying almost every night the whole week. So my sister-in-law took her to, we call it dukun pijat. It's a kind of master massage in the village. There is no knowledge. It's just the knowledge in the village, you know, using herbs. I didn't know that before, and he used this one. He grabbed it like this, he put with oil, and he just he rub it to my nephew's stomach, and he just massage it. It doesn't take long, it's about 30 minutes. It just like calm down, no more crying. So chamomile is very, very powerful for calming, to help anxiety, insomnia, digestion, all kind of nerving in your body. So chamomile, it is very, very powerful for an anxiolytic, anti-inflammatory, vulnerary. It is for wound. If you have a wound, this one is very calming too. Feverfew, it's just like its name. Feverfew for fever, okay? And also for migraine, arthritis, for toothache. If you have a, you know, problem, oh, it hurts, maybe you have like a hole in your teeth, you feel painful, feverfew. You just grab it and just put it in the, you know, in the gum, and it's very, very soothing. It is good for arthritis, for migraine. You can put, you grab the flower, you can put a poultice, or you can tincture, you can make as a tea. There are so many ways to use these herbs. And again, or blood thinning. So when you see the blood thinning like this, again, consult with your doctor if you are in aspirin or in warfarin. Okay, so because you don't want to double it. Okay. I love this one of my favorite plant, comfrey, sympatium. Powerful for broken, fractured bone. And have you tried this before, Sister Shirley? Anybody else that tried comfrey?
My mother told me, when we were born in the Philippines, she said that for any kind of female type issues, this is what the villagers would always use, comfort, always.
So you can hear so many things about this herb. When I say this is really good for, like, it is not me, but my professor say his experience in clinic. So one of the patients have a, like, almost, you know, the nail, not the nail, the finger almost, apart, like, you know, broken. and he just treated, he put it back and put comfrey in 3 days, connect together again. Comfrey is really, really powerful. But this is the thing, okay? When it just happened, like you got cut, you got bruised out there, when you see comfrey, don't just rub it, because you're gonna heal it right away. So the dangerous about it, when you have like cut, you have to really clean it first, or else there's bacteria in it, and you put comfrey, it heals, it cut from the top, not the inside. Okay, so if you have a cut, a poke, or things like that, you better really clean it first and then apply the comfrey. Okay, don't just put without cleaning it. You put comfrey, it can give a chance for bacteria to grow underneath the healing, skin. So powerful. There are so many, like for women, and for one of the friends say, oh, it's really good for my lung, okay? And I saw one of these YouTube, the practitioner, give the testimony, the diabetic person, how the wound, it's so difficult to heal, and they use comfrey. It's only about 1 week. The really, really big wound, it heals with the comfrey. So very, very powerful. You're gonna hear so many testimony about these powerful herbs. But when you see somebody, like got cut, you have comfrey, use this. You see arnica, use arnica. Whatever that is available to you. Okay. Are you familiar with this? Castor oil. So this is actually is tree, and the fruit is just like a rambutan, that is a tropical fruit, and the inside is just like a bug. The beans looks like a bug. Never eat the beans. Only the oil, because they call it resinous. The seed here, very, very toxic. Never ever try to taste it. Okay, very, very toxic. But they have to process it. This the oil. This oil, it is just a magical oil. There are so many beneficial of the oil. You can use it as a constipation. You can anti-inflammatory. There are so many benefits here. But one thing, do not ingest it internally. It can be powerful laxative. Yes. Yeah. Powerful laxative. Okay. How many more? Oh, okay. You want to do it now? I can do it. Okay. We have an announcement.
We don't want to forget to let you know that this is only part of the series. So we have a paper for you to sign in and put your information, so we contact you and let you know when is the next class that we're going to have. Questions that you have, you can also just put in the notes, I have a question. And then we'll contact you and let you know when is the next meeting. So Sister Pilar prepared this. So I don't know, should we pass it by tables, or we can have it a one place and sign it? But I think I'm going to start in this table, and then I'm going to move it around, okay? Thank you.
Okay. So it is impossible to cover all these herbs because there are so many. So I'm gonna present few more slides, and then maybe we have a Q&A. Okay. So castor oil, anti-inflammatory. Again, don't ingest it or it give you a powerful laxative. And also, it's not safe for pregnancy because it can stimulate the uterine. Okay, for the lady who has the menstrual period, this one is a powerful too. It just grab it on the tummy, yeah. And liver protective. If you want to put it in a little like cheesecloth and put it on top of your liver and just leave it the whole night, it absorbs the toxin from your liver. Yeah, yes.
What about the hair growth? What is that all about? Hair thinning or your hair growth?
Hair growth, yes. Hair growth and joint pain. There are so many. And people put it eyelashes. But this is the thing. Before you do that, you better test it if you are allergic to it. There's so many people allergic to it. So you better, you get it a little and put it on your skin. If it is itch or redness, don't continue. Yeah, always test it first. But there's so many people put it eyelashes in, you know. But I want to try, but I keep forgetting. Aloe vera. If you see somebody get burned, aloe vera is a powerful one, very soothing. Which part of the aloe vera for the burn? The gel, the inside. Okay, and the outside is very laxative. The sap before the gel, the outside is very laxative. So if you have a problem with, beside you need to eat your fiber, drink your water, but to help you, aloe vera is one laxative too. Okay, and it's lower blood sugar, lower hypertension, immunomodulating, super food. This is superfood. And I don't know if you ever try aloe vera gel to your salad. It doesn't really taste anything. It's just like a water. So it doesn't give you like a bitter taste. So you better start, trying aloe vera, the gel. Super nutritious. Okay, Rumex crispus. This one, it is powerful eczema, psoriasis, rashes, liver tonic, antimicrobial. The reason I put these herbs, because I saw so many everywhere growing. In a sidewalk, in my garden, in your backyard, probably you find these plants. Don't kill them, or don't step on them. Harvest it, dry it, and make it as a tea. Or in time of trouble later, we don't know. After you drying it, it can stay very, very long time. Okay, just in case, just dry it and store it and put it in your cupboard. Marshmallow, very soothing for stomach ache. Okay, marshmallow, Althea, expectorant. For if you have a trouble coughing, dry cough, this one is very, very good. Help, they call it demulcent. They give you expectorant so you can cough easily. Okay. Cinnamon. Again, if you have like digestive problem, you have flatulence, gassy, cinnamon is one. Lower blood sugar, spasmolytic, anti-inflammatory. It's okay. You can make it as a tea. You can make it as the way I do it, I put one stick of the cinnamon, and I put the apples, and I put other herbs like ginger or turmeric or other herbs. You know, this one is just a flavoring. Very sweet without increasing your sugar. You know that? Mint, it grows everywhere. It's easy to grow. The indication, it is so much, it's a calming, it is nutritive, antimicrobial, immunomodulating, but don't take it in a large amount when you have a GERD, because this mint, it's relaxing your muscle. So in GERD, it is the relaxing of the sphincter, muscle sphincter of your gastric. It's already relaxed like this. That's why your acid reflexes keep coming, because the muscle is not closing like this, right? So if it is already relaxed, you take mint, it is aggravating, even more relaxing, okay? So don't take it. If you have to take it like you eat your mint ice cream, don't eat it by itself, eat it with food, so it doesn't really strong the effect of the mint relaxing the muscle. Okay, so it's aggravating the GERD. Okay, yarrow, again, bleeding, all kind of bleeding. Bruises, when you bleed, yarrow. When you have somebody nose bleeding, yarrow. When you get cut, yarrow. Yarrow for bleeding. And also it's bitter, okay? It is bitter. So because it is bitter stimulate the production of the enzyme of your stomach or your duodenum. So when you have ulcer, okay, when you have GERD, ulcer, gastritis, you don't ask them to more producing the production. So you be careful to take this one when you have this condition, okay? Okay. For bleeding, if you don't have yarrow, you have this on your backyard, Capsella bursa, a shepherd's purse. There is no D in it, I'm sorry. Shepherd's purse. I don't know why they call it shepherd's purse. It doesn't look like purse to me. But I don't know. There it is. If you don't have yarrow or Fesa bursa, you don't have shepherd's purse, use yarrow. You don't have the other way, whatever available to you. Rosemary. This is really antimicrobial. If you don't feel like you're not eat, but you need to eat, rosemary is the one, and very calming too. Increase appetite. When you make salve or oil, you can just, so when you infuse your herbs, rosemary, it's just the oil, you know, when you have pain in your joint, on your muscle, rosemary is very powerful, also antimicrobial. So when you combine thyme, rosemary with other herbs, it's more powerful than antibiotic. Echinacea. Echinacea is the one, my favorite, to boost your immune system when you have viral respiratory infection, you know, when you have influenza, fever. Echinacea is my #1 choice. Antimicrobial, powerful antimicrobial. And also it's safe for the kids. Olive, powerful, nutritive, antimicrobial, omega-3. This is even the leaf. Leaf is bitter, is laxative. Have you read in Spirit of Prophecy, put oil, eat olive in every meal? Have you read that? Okay, this is laxative, and also the fat in it, it helps absorb vitamin A, D, E, and K. Olive, always put in your meal. It doesn't say breakfast, lunch, dinner. In every meal, include olive. Okay, for asthmatic, problem with asthma, number one, my favorite one, Verbascum. Okay, did you see this? The leaf is kind of like hairy. It is open up the cilia in your lung. It is vasobronchodilator. It means it's open up the lung. So number one, in my opinion, maybe other practitioner, they have a different herbs, but number one for me when asthma attack, Verbascum is my my number one choice. And also for otitis, ear infection, when you infuse with oil, it just put mullein, powerful antimicrobial. Oh, I just want to say, do not use for wet cough. Okay, why? Because this one is, they call it demulcin. It helps produce to help you breathe. When bronchodilator, it's open up and they produce those mucus. So if the person is already lots of coughing, wet, and you give Verbascum, it aggravates the condition. Okay? For wet cough, it's not good, but for dry cough, it is very, very good. If you don't have anything else, maybe you have this on your backyard. When you walk outside, maybe you can see this. I saw these plants everywhere growing so good. Isn't that amazing? The thing that God said, this is the thing you need, but we kick it out, we kill it, we destroy it. We don't even care about it, but actually that is our medicine. I saw this everywhere growing in my neighborhood. If you don't have any other herbs, you don't have yarrow, you don't have Verbascum, you don't have turmeric, you don't have, if you have this, use this for any condition. Super good herbs, laxative. You can eat it you can eat it raw, you can put it tea, you can dry it, you can put in your salad. Do you know this one, the stalk here, psyllium husk? Do you know that? The psyllium husk, for people who have constipation, if you buy psyllium husk, this is it. So, love this plant, grow it. If you, like right now, the summer season, they grow so good, harvest them, dry them, keep them safe. We never know. If virus is coming, God forbid, But we never know what's going on, but you have something in your cupboard. Always prepare. Okay? One of the things I like to do to keep this plant in my cupboard. Dry it, make it tincture, make it oil to make it longer. So if you don't have anything else, you see this plant, apply it to everything you want. To make oil, we'll find another lecture how to make oil. How to make salve, how to make tincture, how to make glyceride, we're gonna find out in the next meeting. But if you really want, like I wanna do it tomorrow, talk with Sister Shirley Pollard. She's the expert how to make all this kind of, tincture, oil, or things like that. All right, so before I close, have you heard about placebo effect? The power of mind. If you believe of something, if you think positive, the result will be positive. If you think negative, the negative will. It kind of, the power of mind. So why do I say this? As I present the text in the beginning, the healer, it is not the plant. Even Jesus put the power in the plant, but he's the true healer. Even though you eat all this, you take things or you make salve, you take all the list of the herbs, but you don't have the right mind. If you don't have faith that I'm going to heal from this, doesn't do anything to you. So where's the healing come from? The healing come from first, like the lady in I think this is Mark 5 verse, I'm sorry, I didn't put the text in there, but it's Mark 5 verse 25 start. The lady who suffer from hemorrhage, many physicians was not better. I just read the red line. Grew worse. For 12 years, do you think she tried the herbs? In my opinion, it's just in my opinion, because back then, maybe they have a chemical prescription, but I believe she tries everything, including herbs. But does it get better? No, it grew worse. But she has faith. What did she say? If only I may touch his clothes, I shall be made well. The cloth doesn't have a power in it. Where's the power? In Jesus. She has faith. If I touch his robe. So the healing start, right? The healing start in her mind. The willingness to heal. The willingness to touch. The faith in her heart is the beginning of the healing. She was healed of the affliction. After she touched, immediately the fountain of her blood was dry up. And she felt in her body that she was healed of the affliction. And Jesus said to her, "Daughter, your faith has made you well." What is the best remedy? Is that turmeric? Is that verbascum? The answer is no. But do you have faith like this woman in Jesus through the herbs that He gave us. Do you have faith if you eat your ginger, you drink your chamomile tea? Do you have faith? Thank you, Jesus. Through this herb, your power will heal me. That is your question. That is my question too. Do you have faith in Jesus that He's the healer? Thank you very much. Question? Oh, okay. Because it's almost 4 o'clock, how about 10 minutes Q&A?
Okay, my question is, we hear you say, take this and take that, but how big a dose and how often and that kind of information? Because like I can take turmeric, I can take a cup of it, I can take a teaspoon of it. What's the dosages on all these things?
Okay, depends on the personal need, and also I do not prescribe now this is the dose for everybody, because everybody has a different condition. So what is your condition and what do you take? Are you taking it now? But all the things that like in the market, that is the average, like they say 150 pounds, that is the average. So the dose that they put in the market, that is a base of 150-pound person. So if you are 110 pounds, it's different for 200% pounds. So talk to your doctor or talk to your naturopathic doctor or herbalist how much you can take. But for food, it is just like, how much you can tolerate the taste. It is not like you have to take 3 grams or 2 grams. For example, like a cayenne pepper. Even if just a little, it's already powerful to somebody. To someone, maybe more. But for therapeutic dose, consult with your doctor. Because we have to look from the whole perspective. Are you in a thinning blood medication? Are you taking it? How much you already taking it? Do we need to increase it or we need to lower it? So it depends on the personal need.
Yeah, but most doctors don't know anything about this, and they probably would never recommend any of it. If I go to my personal doctor, he said, "You're nuts, buddy."
Maybe we need to talk as a personal, personal patient, one-to-one. Okay, there is a hand in the back.
Thank you. So obviously nobody here has all of these plants in their garden. It would be nice to know, maybe you have it already, like a pamphlet that would have the different preparations of these plants, like let's say ointments, oils, teas, or, and so we could search for it easier. Because many of these plants we cannot ingest, but we can use topically or, so just to figure out, and maybe we could create a little package or something like that that we could have handy at home for the most basic ones. That's just like a suggestion. The other one is that maybe we could use a volunteer here to start using the castor oil in their You know? By the next session, we could have the results, and we will know if it works or not for hair growth.
That is a really good suggestion. I hope somebody that no hair doesn't feel offended, but certainly we can do that. David.
I have a testimony to that, but not for the hair, but for using it topical. I don't need it. I dislocated my shoulder when my mother was sick. And for years, I've been taking cortisone shots. I listened to another naturopath online and Dale Gunter also suggested use it topical, because we took castor oil as kids, nasty, didn't even want to use it. She said use it because I had also injured it again, and I was scared, and it actually, the bone rose up, and I was afraid. So I went to my orthopedic surgeon person, and he showed me through the x-rays that it was the bone who it had healed itself, basically, is what it had done over the years. So it was okay, but I was questioning about why the bone was raised up as it was. When I started applying the castor oil thing to it and right now, I've got a patch on it right now, believe it or not, it helps to, little by little, to decrease the bone. The bone is there, and he said, yes, it will happen, but it takes a long time because it took a long time to grow, and so it's going to take a long time for it to at least to go down. So it does work, and I don't have the hurt that I had before, because like I said, I've taken shots in this for many years. So I didn't get any. I'm okay now as far as that goes. So it works. It does not work overnight, but it works.
Before Sister Shirley ask question or more additional to it, nature work very slow but linear like that, building up. It is not like pharmaceutical, you eat it, boom. In a 30-second or 30 minutes, you see the powerful effect of it, but nature work slowly but building up.
I have a quick testimony about castor oil, but other than castor oil, lots of testimony from others, but specifically about castor oil. I had gallstone for years. I can remember almost 10 years ago, I was diagnosed with gallstone, and I asked my doctor, I said, what's the solution? And he said, surgery is the only option. Nothing else. I said, how about laser? He said, no, surgery. Anyhow, I'm kind of like stubborn. I decided not to. Oftentimes, I got the what is it they call it? Anyway, I got hit but it comes. It's very painful. And I listened to the different Dr. Burke. I don't know if you know him. But I took bile salt. It works to begin with. And somehow, after a while, it's on and off. Recently, about two months or 3 months ago, I have another attack, gallstone attack. I heard health message from Barbara O'Neill. I don't know if you guys, yes. So she mentioned about one of powerful benefits of castor oil is it will dissolve anything. It could be stone, so many other. I could not mention the details. However, it will dissolve anything. So I use it. I praise the Lord. Since that last application, which is I think I have to continuously use it, I haven't had anything. So it's powerful. But again, it's not the oil. How you trust God will help you. But that's part of the testimony.
Before we continue, the question was, how about we have more information about this. So we're going to have more classes. We're going to have information. We're going to have pamphlets. We're going to have information where to find these herbs if you don't grow it at home. So come next time, we will have more information, okay? And we're going to build up. Just like nature does it slowly, we're doing the same thing. Thank you.
No more question? Then we are good to close. Oh, there's a question, okay.
Okay, I've enjoyed your slides. I don't have a photographic memory, and I'm wondering, is there a book that we can get with all this information in it?
I can give the PowerPoint and I can type it into paper and I can print it and more, additional reference to it.
'Cause
I
it'd
can
be-
provide
yeah.
it, yes.
Be nice for a reference to have this information.
Yes,
Thank you for your talk.
you're welcome.
Would it be possible for you to email the PowerPoint slides to us? This way you wouldn't have to print or anything like that.
Yes.
Just email us. the
Put your
slides.
email there.
Okay,
And
great.
I will email it to you.
Terrific.
What's the best way to find out how to use those different plants, like not just poultices or oils, or like, is there in general, is there a good source of learning for how to use them? Not just what they're good for.
How to use
Like all
the,
these different things. So like mullein, you mentioned mullein there. I was like,
Okay.
oh, okay, that's mine. But I don't have any idea of where you would even start. Like I could probably buy the dry plant somewhere online, but then what do you do with it?
okay. My experience when I was in the village, we have no knowledge about herbs. For bruises, we don't always have yarrow, but whatever's grow, we just believe, oh, this is the grass. We just chew it and then put it in the, the one that, yeah. We just chew either the grass, whatever grass or whatever leaf, we don't know. Whatever is available. When we run and we scrape so bad on our knee, sometimes we cannot walk. There is no even bandage, nothing. So what we do, we just run to the field and whatever leaves that you can find. Maybe like sweet potato leaves. Oh, I'm telling you, when I was scraped so bad, because we don't have a guide. If you bruise, this is what you need to know. I just went to the sweet potato field and just grab it and then put it in, The next day, it healed. Right away, the bleeding stopped. So do I have to use mullein or yarrow or calendula? No. Again, the faith, it is in the healing of the power of Him. Whatever I'm not suggesting use cayenne pepper for your bleeding nose. You're gonna be stink, which is really works too. It is. If you have a get cut, you don't have yarrow, you don't have calendula, you have cayenne pepper. Put it cayenne pepper. The bleeding will stop right away. So for me, number one, emergency herbs, I will pick cayenne pepper. Yes, for constipation, for blood thinning, for warming, there are so many things cayenne pepper can do. So, okay. Oh, wait. Before Brother Eugene ask a question, I just want to make disclaimer. This is not to replace your medical condition. If you have a condition right now, do not stop and starting taking herbs and this is not to replace your medical treatment. And this is not a medical advice. This is just for educational.
Thank you. There's some of the books that I was thinking when Sister Marsha asked the question. So there's some books that you can refer to, like I'm thinking Foods and Diets is one, or How to Do It with Herbs is another book that you can purchase and they're available. But I also wanted to mention that if you haven't write your information down, there will be more presentations. The goal is to have at least one presentation per month, so you don't want to miss it. I know you cannot get all the information on one presentation. And also, I think this was very informative. I really enjoy it. It will be available online if you want to watch it again or share it with a friend, a family member. Just go on YouTube and you can find it there. Yes, on Auburn City Seventh-day Adventist Church channel. Auburn City Seventh-day Adventist Church, or Auburn City SDA.
So I think for the next meeting, I don't know which one do you prefer, how to make all this salve, tincture, extract, tea, or do you want to know more specifically like the condition for kidney, for ovary, for lung, for heart? We go by the system, the 11 system in our body. We can go to more specific herbs, or do you want to know how to make all this salve, the preparation, and because we cannot cover at the same time, to do like presentation, how to make salve, how to make. Do you want just paper, or do you want to see how to really do it? Yeah, it takes a while, at least 2 hours, to do that. So we can cover at the same time.
It's so easy to find the formulas already done by somebody. I think that should be enough. I don't know how many of us have the patience to prepare at home each one of these things by ourselves. But it would be very helpful to have a list of the different formulas of, let's say, something that you can use it in a ointment, another thing that is better used in oil, other things are better in tea. And we just need a list of that so we can go and purchase it in one of these health stores that have it already prepared.
Okay.
It's good that you guys having all these questions, and so like we said, this is just the beginning, and so we already have plans to have some classes where we show how to prepare this if you want to prepare them, but we also gonna have links links on places where you can get this already done, or where to find the herbs, or how to connect with the sources, okay? And we're gonna have that ready, and we're gonna also have things like Sister Paula mentions, things that we can share. So just keep up looking at the information, and when is it the next section that we're gonna have. So the most important thing is sign up so we can contact you and let you know.
Just one quick piece of information. We are going to send all of you that are already registered an email. So just to make sure that everything's work, because the thing is, I don't want you guys to miss that information, because maybe your email will think that it was a junk, but then you wouldn't get it. So right after this, maybe in about a week, we'll send you an email just to make sure that everything works well. Then we'll start sending you information about the next one. We promise we're not going to sell your information, and we're not going to send you junk email.
I just want to add a little more. If we just put in a print paper like that, we give it to people, I get so many print paper sometimes, I don't even look at it. But when I fellowship with each other to, hey, how to make this and share this, and that really encouraging sometimes. This kind of herbs sometimes discourage when you make a salve, it doesn't reach the consistency like you expected. But with other people together, you get an idea, you get, hey, put more essential oil, put more this, and there are so many thoughts that you can share with each other. That is the purpose, one of the purpose why we get together to do together. Then we encouraging each other and how to store it, how to use it. And if you do it yourself at home, sometimes you reluctantly to do it. So that is the purpose for if we get together and we can do together how to prepare, to make it, to store, to dosing it, and etc. Okay. Thank you so much for your time, for participation, and we're gonna close with prayer. Brother Yukino, if you can say prayer, please.
Yes. I just want to say thank you for coming, and thank you to the speaker for taking the time to come and share what she knows with us. Also, thank you to the families that work very hard to make this presentation possible, especially the Palar family. There's a lot of work that it goes with these events, and I just want to say thank you. And with that, let's close with prayer. Dear God, we want to thank you once again for making this possible and bringing us together to learn more about how to take care of our bodies, and not only our own bodies, but also how to take care of our families and friends and all of those that we know that are suffering because of diseases or whatever